This is a 120-foot hot air balloon, and we were about to float 7,000 feet over Southern California. But as we hovered weightless over Temecula wine country, I had one troubling thought. How do you land this thing? My wife Brittany and I were exploring Temecula wine country for the weekend and needed a little excitement to break up all the Merlot. So we decided the best way to kickstart a day of wine tasting was to wake up before the sun and float through the atmosphere with 10 complete strangers. It never really hit me how big these balloons actually are until we got to go inside one. Standing inside the rainbow fabric instantly reminded me of that parachute game from preschool, when the whole class lifts the tarp and you're trapped inside a pocket of air. This was like the adult version of that. It was time to crank the propane burner up to 10 and get this giant party balloon airborne. Please direct your attention to this athletic specimen trying to climb into the basket without face planting. A few fire blasts later, the balloon gently lifts off the ground, and suddenly we're floating. It's hard to explain what it's like to look out and see thousands of acres of vineyards. Up here, it was just peaceful. What surprised me more was what I didn't feel. I've always been afraid of heights, and I wasn't sure how I'd handle standing in an oversized picnic basket this high up. But it felt more like riding an elevator than dangling off a cliff. Maybe it was the 25% less oxygen up here, and my brain was operating at a reduced capacity. Whatever it was, this was way more relaxing than I expected. But as we started our descent, we drifted away from the vineyards and straight toward a neighborhood. I never really thought about how a hot air balloon lands. For some reason, I just assumed they went straight up and came straight down. But that's not how it works. Hot air balloons can't steer. They can only go up, down, and slowly rotate. So we drifted lower and got a great view of some people's backyards. We even blocked out the sun for this house. They probably thought it was some sort of eclipse. After narrowly avoiding some pokey looking trees, we found our drop zone, the local cul-de-sac. People ventured out of their houses asking if we needed help, and that is when we realized this isn't something your average Temecula resident sees every day. Our captain was a pro and tossed a rope to the crew on the ground who had been chasing us in trucks all over Temecula. After interrupting many morning commutes, our ride was coming to an end. We touched down safely and it was time to pack up.
Whoa. You got a gymnast, all right.
Thank you, sir. Yes, I did have a trampoline as a kid. Eager to help, we shoved the balloon in a gigantic bag and did one of my favorite hobbies. We sat.
I think you might be stuck.
I'm stuck.
Yeah, did too good of a job.
Okay, we got it. After a few old man grunts, we were back at the winery celebrating a memorable morning with a glass of champagne. Turns out, landing a huge balloon was the easy part. Figuring out how to go back to a normal life after a morning like this was the real challenge.